Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary as we continue our countdown to Spectre, the next James Bond movie. As if you've been tuning in, we've been doing one Bond movie from each of the actors, so we're up to certainly the Bond actor that we probably most closely associate with the character from our youth, Pierce Brosnan. And for me, and I feel you guys might agree with me, I feel like Brosnan was a Bond who started out great, and then his movies kind of got progressively worse. So we're gonna stick with his first film, GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm. The first Bond movie that I ever saw.
So my parents had seen this film. This came out in '95. There was a 6-year gap between this and License to Kill because License to Kill didn't do that well, and they had a script and director, but for the longest time it got delayed. United Artists was running out of money. In fact, they would be absorbed into MGM in the middle of Pierce Brosnan's tenure. I feel like this is the last United Artists Bond film. And so, during that 6-year gap, Timothy Dalton quit and they cast Remington Steele, who they originally considered casting in the 80s, but NBC or whichever company did, I feel like it was NBC.
I think you're right with NBC. They had an ironclad contract. They said he couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, he was originally going to, because when Remington Steele originally kind of tanked a bit in the ratings, and when there was buzz about him maybe replacing Roger Moore's Bond in the 80s, ratings, they bounced back, and the NBC at the last minute exercised this clause in his contract basically being like he has to be Remington Steele. Mm-hmm. And so, Brosnan thought the role was lost to him forever. Here we are. We now know that he was certainly the first, I would argue, modern Bond.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
definitely,
Dalton's the last classic Bond.
Like during Dalton's run, you start to see like the whole AIDS idea of like maybe not sleeping around as much, and the idea of like he was the last Bond to really smoke right on screen. So. Yeah, he started the shift. That shift was there, but yes, but the actual product of that shift was Pierce Brosnan's Bond, absolutely.
Yeah, and so, my parents saw this on their 10th wedding anniversary. They wouldn't let me go because I was too young at the time. It wasn't until Tomorrow Never Dies that I saw Bond on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And,
me too.
But so you saw this one on the big screen?
Yes, I did. My mom was a huge Remington Steele fan, and she was one of the people that got really, wrapped up in the buzz about him being Bond. And she was like, when it was announced that that Brosnan was going to be the new Bond, she was like, finally, So my household was a huge buzz about Bond coming back, even though it had only been a 6-year gap, like you said. But Bond's back, and it's finally Pierce Brosnan. We're so excited. So I feel like we almost went as a family, even though I was I have no idea what Bond is, but this trailer looks really cool, and it was. Probably, I almost want to say that it was the first big action movie that I remember seeing in theaters.
Yeah. Certainly to the scale.
Yeah, and for the longest time, Pierce Brosnan was Bond for me. It took me a while to check out any of the classics, and as anyone that's been watching these with us knows, I still don't have a huge, I guess, appreciation. Well, not. I haven't been exposed to that many of them. Although, with your guys' help, I do have, a good sampling.
Well, yeah. I mean, and a final point for me before we go ahead and get this thing going. The exciting thing for me was, brought up with my dad, loving Sean Connery's Bond and that being his Bond, and my mom loving Roger Moore. It was cool to think this was now my Bond, Pierce Brosnan, this era, and to have this era begin, and I'll never forget seeing the trailer for the first time and running around and having a fake gun and saying "no more foreplay" to everyone I saw, which I had no idea what I was doing, and I wasn't allowed to see it because that was one of the lines. And my mom was like, "Nope, you're not seeing this movie." But once I did, it's just a hell of a movie and a hell of a video game too.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Do you think the film would be as warmly regarded if there wasn't the legacy of the video game?
I think it still would be.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the big things is one. This is how our generation was introduced, really to the Bond series. This was our Bond, and to couple that with an amazing game, I think that's how a lot of. There's the people like you guys who, did grow up with Bond, and then there's the people like me who, this was Bond for us, and
it's kind of your gateway.
Exactly, and we had that game, and so we can look back at how fun that game was, how great this movie was, and we're like, yeah, fucking Bond. So I'm sure it would still be loved by Bond fans. But yeah, had it not been for that game, it probably would have had more niche audience,
Yeah, because that's what
Yeah.
really not just like launched the Nintendo 64, but console shooters in general.
Yeah. And then it was perfected in Perfect Dark.
Yes, it was.
Hmm.
All right. Well, without much further ado, Chris,
Yeah.
go ahead and cue us up.
All right, so like with every other one, we are watching the 50th anniversary Blu-ray box set version of the movie. It's not special in any way other than the fact that it's Blu-ray, so you should be fine with watching whatever version you have. And so go ahead and cue it up. We have the counter set to all 0 on the DVD with the movie ready to go. I will give you a countdown momentarily and tell you to hit play. So, assuming you have that all ready to go ahead and press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And there's the MGM lion growling at us.
Yeah, there it is. Like I said, I feel like this is the last United Artist.
This is a sexy song for a logo.
Yeah.
That song's always associated with James Bond for me because it just.
This was the only film where a French composer by the name of Eric Serra did the score, and it has this weird like industrial quality to it.
Yeah. I don't.
Which really kind of shows up in the video game as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't remember it so much from like previous viewings, but like now that I've like marathoned a whole bunch of Bond movies, like that sounds really weird to me.
Very distinct. Very
Yeah.
distinct.
Yeah.
And of course, this the iconic dam, the first level in the video game. It's actually a dam in Switzerland where you can pay to bungee jump off of.
Yeah. It sounds fun.
Yeah, I've done some like zip lining off buildings before, but never a straight up bungee jump. I would love to do it here though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never bungee jumped before either, but it's something that I've kind of wanted to do. Maybe that would be a good...
I'd rather skydive if given the
Yeah.
option, but yeah, I could... Because I'm always, when it comes to bungee jumping, I'm always worried about like hitting the line and then like smacking into the building or whatever.
I'm cool with never doing that. I'd rather, and I say this, I'd probably puss out, but I'd rather like to go in like one of those cages with sharks. Like not with sharks, but like,
Yeah. No, I get you.
A cage with sharks.
hanging out with a shark.
So
Graceful.
That's
So
the
graceful.
record.
Yeah.
Longest bungee jump.
And you see him fall all the way down. It's a reference to one of our earlier ones.
I get paid to do this. I'm James Bond.
You actually see he has a cameo appearance later as a not James Bond.
Yeah.
I like how the flare of the gun was the first kind of peek, like really, at his face.
Yeah, kind of like on Her Majesty's Secret Service. You don't see Brosnan until his first line.
Yeah. I like it. I like when they do shit like that. It's nice.
They always usually give the actor that big reveal moment.
Yeah, Dalton kind of has something similar.
He does.
In Living
in
Daylights?
Living Daylights, you don't really see his. He turns around after that one guy's killed, and
Yeah.
it's like the wind is blowing, and it's this big moment, and you
Mhm.
see him for the first time.
Yeah, I especially like kind of having like a tease like that, especially like on one of the Bond's first movies,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of remind you that it's not so much about or like that it's still Bond, no matter who is playing him. He doesn't have to be the same face every time, and it's all one character.
I do love how it's very much kind of like in the Cold War, because this prologue takes like 9 years prior to the main events of the film.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does it? I never knew that.
There's a time jump by nearly a full decade, and apparently Pierce Brosnan doesn't age in 9 years.
That's right.
I mean, to be fair,
He's keeping it down.
Yeah.
He's in his 60s now, and damn, he looks good.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of looking good, give me some Sean Bean.
Is that a can of beans in the background?
Yes.
My one of my tactical officers at military school was one of the military advisors on this, and he's really good friends with Sean Bean from it.
Nice. Don't you mean the Lou?
It's never good if you're any other 00 agent. Never good. Never good.
Never works out for you.
No.
Like 009 in Octopussy.
Oh God, he was that hard.
Dies dressed up as a clown.
Yep.
Don't we all? So I was always under the misconception that the number that you were, 006 or 007, had some sort of like it was a ranking
Quality?
system. Yeah, it's not, it's just like a
just
randomly
arbitrary.
assigned.
Yeah, because that was the case. Obviously, 007 would be 001.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They do often
He
refer
never
to him
promotes.
as the greatest agent that they have.
Yeah, here's the thing from that last sequence. In GoldenEye, they stressed very hard, never kill
Don't
scientists.
kill scientists.
He just totally killed a scientist.
Mm.
I remember once you have the codes and stuff for the game, you could really screw with how the game works because you can kill Trevelyan or
Oh, yeah.
early on, or you can blow stuff up, or just really mess with.
What a useless railing.
Almost like it was meant
Time
to break in
mines.
half.
Yeah.
I wonder how accurate the timers are in this movie.
Put it on for 6 minutes.
That's one thing that I always feel like checking, but
Yeah.
at the same time, certain movies I just don't want to know.
Yeah. Nick of Time, I know with Johnny Depp, the big selling point there was that it was a hostage film that took place in real time.
I really like this guy playing the
General Oromov.
yes, and I was glad that he shows up later, right? Doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You have quite the
This guy just hey, let's
Chase.
just run up. Oh.
in the streets with the tank.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm being witty here, and there's no one to respond.
No one appreciates my humor.
2. That's a fabulous pose
I
he's
know,
got.
right?
It's like giant beer cans.
Having a kegger
Yeah.
in the Soviet Union.
Squeaky. Amused.
How clever.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't all blanks.
Action, adventure.
Shit. Like that was that look.
Oh no,
Yeah.
a conveyor belt.
It's Miller time.
High life.
Yeah.
He kills a shitload of Russian soldiers in this movie.
Oh yeah. Couple right there.
Well, it does blow up the base.
He's also apparently got an endless magazine on that AK-47.
That's right.
I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but James Bond does kind of suffer from ultimate badass.
Yeah. I mean, damn, yeah.
And how convenient that this plane was taking off.
Despite like all the shit going on,
Yeah, right.
just like
You'd think they'd be on lockdown.
yeah.
I always liked it though, like Bond gets in the plane, so you think he's safe, then he freaking falls out and just like adds more to the tension. He's got to get back on. But it's like once you see the motorcycle, you should have known. Oh, okay, got to see him ride it. You son of a bitch!
I know. I just love how amused he is by the whole thing.
We'll meet again.
Oh,
In like 9 years.
Yeah.
I'll never let this go.
The intro to this reminds me a little bit of Living Daylights, just with the catching of a plane and
Yeah.
well, not catching of a plane, but just the free fall stuff.
But he's managing to catch up, like free falling a plane with its engine going down.
Yeah.
Well done, James. Well done.
Well, didn't you know the terminal velocity of James Bond is
Greater than whatever object he's pursuing.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan makes some great like pain faces in this movie.
He's all about the pain face and the grunt.
Oh yeah.
Look at how intense his face is here.
Yeah, just wait till the end though. Oh god. November man. I'll make it. Then maybe you shouldn't be living here.
Meanwhile, we're all dead.
Meanwhile, at stately Wayne.
I love how he drives by again like good.
Yeah.
Good. Spits out the window.
Did that one general die?
Yeah. I'll never see him again.
Yeah.
I think this is the last Bond film produced by Albert Broccoli, too.
Mm.
Because he, dies after this. And
Cubby.
then his stepson and daughter continue to produce Bond films since.
Not one thing, but about Pierce Brosnan is he's got some great theme songs.
Oh, all of his theme songs except for maybe Die Another Day are
I was
great.
about to
But,
start singing Die Another Day.
Tomorrow Never Dies is my favorite, and one of my favorite, period.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Did you ever play the 007 GoldenEye Reloaded
Yes.
with this theme covered by the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls?
Oh, really? I didn't realize that, but...
And I do love that this really shows the fall of the Soviet Union.
Yep. 'Cause, I mean,
Complete with
that's
naked dancing chicks.
There you go.
Just like the actual
Yeah,
fall.
I was about to say, that's the fall of every major
Totalitarian government punctuated with naked dancing chicks. Posing on statues of whatever dictator du jour you've got.
Well, just since the last Bond, I mean, this is the...
Yeah,
that
some
was going
people were
down.
wondering if Bond would be relevant a character that was created at the height of the Cold War. Would he be relevant after then? Certainly in License to Kill, they tried
that
to
was
separate
always
him.
weird.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, kind of a reference to Giannis, the Roman two-faced god.
Yep.
I must say that this one's got to have some of the least awkward naked dancing ladies.
Yeah.
Well, this is... I feel like... I don't know if it's a politically correct thing or a rating thing, but they really, from here on out, really don't have as many naked women as, say, every other Bond movie beforehand.
Yeah, For Your Eyes Only, you can straight up see women's breasts.
Yeah, in the
During
early
the
ones,
opening
yeah,
titles.
they're clearly naked, where they make it a effort not to be clearly naked anymore.
Yeah, you can tell they're wearing shorts and
where if
halter
this
top.
was Roger Moore, they would be just completely naked.
Oh, I guess Albert Broccoli didn't direct it, but
Martin Campbell.
Yeah, who would go on to direct, of course, Casino Royale,
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Edge of Darkness, and both of the Antonio Banderas Zorro films.
Oh, and the cool thing, he did the original, the
it
Edge
does
of
say
Darkness
9 years later.
miniseries, and the Mel Gibson movie.
50 Shades of Grey. And it always kind of reminds me of that. He's Christian Grey status. Give me that weird 90s, whatever the fuck kind of music that is. There it is.
He's like, he accidentally made that on his synth, and he's like, oh, sounds good.
It's just a cat running across the keyboard.
Jean Grey.
Yeah. Or the transgender woman from Nip Tuck.
Yeah.
Created by
Ryan Murphy.
Alec Baldwin.
The
the show, but the character is the surgeon who does the operation.
the principal and the faculty.
Always. Famke Janssen. Always great. She's also, aged very well.
Oh, yeah. Pierce Brosnan's Bond is, like, super stylish.
She kind of, like in this movie, at least in this sequence, she reminds me like a sexy Cruella de Vil.
Oh, yeah.
Who likes Clifford the Big Red Dog versus Dalmatians?
Yeah. Well, didn't Cruella de Vil have, like, the red sports car, too? During that last sequence?
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Not the Glenn Close film so much as the animated film.
Yeah, some of this, when I was a little kid, some of the shots from the animated series, or the animated movie freaked me out.
Yeah, like that last shot of her, like,
her?
eyes.
Oh, man, that freaked me out. That's one of those ones I think it would freak me out, a la like the penguin biting the dude's nose off. Just seeing that would sense a memory and freak me out.
Sends you back.
Yep.
Just
That's
like
right. I'm scared by
101
Dalmatians.
Just like Chris in Superman 3.
Oh, yeah, the woman in the computer.
Or Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Large Marge, man. But yeah, like I was saying, his Brosnan's Bond is like very stylish. We're more of like, Timothy Dalton's was never really that stylish.
Certainly, would you say, compared to Lazenby?
Well, I mean, Lazenby has
very loud clothing.
Loud, yes. His some would say screaming.
Yeah.
Screaming.
The kilt, the ascot.
Oh, yeah. The Clark Kent.
The frills on the tux.
Yeah. This is kind of like Goldfinger, too.
Kind of. Bond completely fucks over the Tour de France.
Yeah. They're all doping anyway.
Yeah, this is Lance Armstrong era.
It was just Lance Armstrong, like, cloned like 50 times.
Yeah. France's effort to win the Tour de France cloned Lance Armstrong. I was always distracted by how much or how loudly Pierce Brosnan breathes through his nose.
Yeah, there.
Bang.
Totally bang.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
also
know what you guys are talking about.
in front of the Tour de
Clearly
France.
They were just sharing a bottle of champagne.
Yeah. Another Tour de France.
Yeah. Another great Brosnan Bond game, Everything or Nothing.
Yeah, it's technically his last appearance as
Yeah.
Bond because it came out 2 years after Die Another Day.
The Bond movie of 2004.
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
With Willem Dafoe as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. And Jessica, not Biel, what's her name from, I'm blanking, from American Pie.
Oh,
Shannon
Shannon Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Main Bond chick. Heidi Klum's in it.
Heidi Klum, yeah. And I can't remember I'm blanking everyone's name who sings the theme song, which is actually pretty cool.
Maya.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Everything.
I also like the World's Not Enough game for the Nintendo 64. I feel like didn't get enough credit.
Mm-hmm.
It was certainly, the worst Brosnan Bond game is hands down Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, how do you mess that up?
Yeah.
You do, I guess.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah. It was like a muddled, fuzzy nightmare.
Third-person shooter, yeah. Which isn't to say Bond can't work in third person. Everything or Nothing.
Everything or Nothing, yeah.
It's From Russia with
frustrating,
Love is third person.
Russia with Love's great. It's like a Clint Eastwood cigar.
A bit thicker.
Bond playing his classic
Baccarat. Chemin de Fer.
Not doing something stupid like Texas Hold'em.
You'll never let that go.
No, I won't.
Thank God we're not watching. Are we ever going to watch Casino Royale with you?
It's not in the initial lineup. I can tell you that.
Because I do love that movie.
Skyfall's the.
I don't know why that was like the touch of death for me.
Because there's more to the movie, you know.
I know.
There's other scenes.
Nope, it's just
he gets his nuts smashed by a rope. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's a 2.5 hour long.
Ava Green's in it.
Oh God, I love Ava Green. But yeah, there's a bit of a spoiler. Next week's Bond film will not be Casino Royale.
Quantum of Solace.
I kind of want to do that one now, just to fuck with everybody.
I like that one. That's
not. People call it the worst Bond movie, and you know what? It's not.
Nope.
Have you seen Die Another Day?
Yeah.
Not even close. I mean, I liked it a lot. And I liked it.
I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I liked it quite a bit. And the fact that it was like only an hour and a half, it was really easy just to like watch that quite often. Because when that came out on Blu-ray, I feel like I watched that like for once a week for like the month it came out.
It's a fun one.
It's a quick.
I think the opening's great, like the quick cut car chase and just
one of the best car chases in Bond history.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Fingers. Oh, there he beats Roger Moore right there.
Yeah.
That might be is that the
First
quickest?
movie.
Is that the quickest to ever order a shaken not stirred martini? I feel like that usually is something that happens in like the second act of a Bond movie.
Yeah, it doesn't take for Dalton. He doesn't say it until they get to Austria after the big ski chase.
Moore doesn't say it at all.
Yeah, 7 films doesn't even say it once.
On a top.
This guy that kind of looks like Mark Waid. Kind of like a bigger beard, not as more jowly.
Yeah. Gonna go right birthright.
I'm gonna go right Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah. Would you say that book was more popular when we met him, or was it Birthright?
I feel like
More people
Kingdom Come is the big one. You know,
that more people had to get
Yeah.
signed? Did you have him signed?
Oh, I had him sign both.
It's funny because I love Mark Waid. I love Birthright. But I had all my signing stuff to get done the first day. But when I saw that he was drawing the Superman logo inside, I was like, I got to do it. And so the second day I came back and I was like, you motherfucker. You're the writer and you can still draw it perfectly. I remember they had the big ad campaign for like the Ericsson phone and I think the watch.
Yeah.
And Heineken beer.
Yeah. At least for the Daniel Craig ones. This one is the first Bond film with where he drives a BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Though he drives that Aston Martin in of course, the beginning that we just saw. What's the big...
Well, I feel like...
this is the first Bond film released during the holidays, too, because historically they had been summer films.
It was Thanksgiving or Christmas. I remember the trailer.
Yeah. It's because License to Kill released the summer of '89 when like every fucking
When every movie ever came out.
Lethal Weapon 2, Ghostbusters 2, Batman '89, Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. So just like from now on we'll do holiday releases.
We got slaughtered. And I love that movie, but damn.
I mean, that's just a murderer's row of movies from our childhood.
It's quite the fax machine.
We get the nice beginning of the long run of Dame Judi Dench.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite M.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so sad. Spoilers to watch Skyfall, and like like during the first act, I was like, oh, I'm so glad she's in this movie so much because I love her as M. I mean, I love her acting, period. But like, I love her as M. And then like about halfway through the movie, I was like, oh. She's in it so much because this is like her farewell.
This is her swan song.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to think this was how sex was. And this scene terrified me as a kid.
Mark Waid.
Yeah. Get it, Mark Waid.
This is inspiration for the Superman Shazam fight in Kingdom Come.
I'm so glad this is. Yeah.
So wait, this isn't what sex is like?
I've had some rough sessions, but never like this.
This is
Never where I'm getting asphyxiated by like thighs.
I hate Men of Steel. Such a Bond thing.
Shit, somebody's watching us. Sorry, Chuck. It's time for stylishly Navigator Bond. He really does dress well.
He's a well-dressed
probably
Bond.
of all the Bonds. Not certainly he's got it like on point, not as loud as Lazenby.
Because like if this was Timothy Dalton, he would not have all the shit going on.
Yeah,
He
it'd
would
be
just have
very
an open
casual.
collar. Yeah.
To be fair, he has an open collar.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought he had a like an ascot in this scene.
Nah.
But he would have, I don't know.
Like a jacket.
Yeah.
Just slapped him with a towel.
This still has.
It has a air of Dalton.
Yeah, I could totally see
Yeah.
Dalton doing most of this so far.
He quit during post-production. Because the big reason he quit was like, he's like, if I come back.
Pre-production.
Yeah, during pre-production. Yeah. They filmed the entire movie.
Yeah, where's that? Oh God, where's that movie?
But the
I'd watch it.
the big reason
hell yeah.
the big reason he quit was like he's like, I'll come back, but I just want to do one, guys. Like that's it. And then the producers were like, if you come back, we want to contract you like to basically finish out the decade. And he's like, I don't want to do like 3 more Bond movies.
Yeah,
And so yeah, that's what led to him stepping down.
it's a shame.
How awkward that he had to say that over the music. They didn't stop so he could make that announcement.
The fighting in this is like next level because it's like super brutal, especially the end. It's still some of the most brutal hand-to-hand combat stuff in a Bond movie.
Look on this dude. Hey.
Died with a smile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Still got his like boner like in Clerks.
Taking my run on Daredevil. Longest running person ever.
Consecutive writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, for reasons beyond me, they rename in the video game to the pirate helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly, when you think of jamming against, EMPs and whatnot, you think pirates, not tigers.
The black-haired pilot is the guy that did the bungee jump at the beginning of the movie.
Nice.
And there he goes.
Yeah.
I'm a commander.
What exactly was his plan? To like jump on the wing
Yeah.
or the
Stop.
wheel? Yeah. He's like, I hope they catch me before because I have no idea what I'm gonna do if I get up there. It's all part of the show. Finn.
Credits.
Yeah. Fuck you, paying going audience.
We're in
You
the
get 28 minutes.
Yeah, here we are, the set of The Thing.
Yeah.
One of those dogs is clearly from outer space.
Yeah. It's clearly the thing.
And a guy is yelling the entire plot in Swedish. Fun fact, he was.
Norwegian, in fact.
Was it Norwegian?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Well,
I used to
then
shoot all
fun
of
fact.
the
It was Norwegian.
in the video game. I would shoot all the TVs
Yeah.
off the top and shoot every screen. Just fun. Look, some of the fun we had back in the 90s.
It was pretty ridiculous if you could think about it. You could shoot out the lights.
Yeah,
It
I would
was
shoot
a
everything.
lot of attention to detail.
Babe.
Totally. I think the only other movie I've seen her in, though, is Reign of Fire.
Oh, yeah.
with
That's probably right.
Matthew McConaughey and Christian
Let
Bale.
me check to see if there's anything else I've seen her in. She's great.
If you
she's
saw
great.
that Exorcist prequel with Stellan
I owned it,
Skarsgård?
but I never watched it because I remember I couldn't leave the barracks because of like my shitty grades.
Yeah.
And so some of the guys were going to the King of Prussia Mall, and I was like, "Here's, $15. Buy me the Linda Blair Exorcist," and he bought the prequel. And I was like,
Instead.
"Oh, bummer, you can just have it."
Yeah, because she's in that one as well. I've never actually seen that, though. I've seen Reign of Fire.
Well, it's a fun movie.
And, of course, we got Nightcrawler there.
That's right.
Who's also the manager of Josie and the Pussycats in the film Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh my god, such a good movie.
It's a good one. Like that's like for me, that's prime Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Surprisingly, like prime Tara Reid too.
I would go that far, sure.
Rosario Dawson though, she got better.
Yeah, well, yeah, and she took more high-profile stuff too.
That too.
'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like after that, Rachel Lee Cook kind of fell off the,
Off the wagon.
well, out of the
I don't
public
even know.
eye. Yeah, she had like kids and stuff. She married the actor that played John Jameson in Spider-Man 2.
Mm. She Rachel Lee Cook did have a pretty decent run on Psych.
Yeah, I always loved those episodes. I was
Mhm.
sorry to see her go.
I like her. She's in a movie called, I think, 1114, which is kind of a weird, cool little thriller. Kind of got a John Lennon thing going on.
Chair?
The game you play on your phone, Sam, has better graphics than that computer.
Oh, my Risk knockoff.
Yeah.
I mean, his phone probably has a better processor than that entire room.
Totally.
Yeah, at this point, they can barely run like Age of Empires.
Yeah. I love Alan Cummings in this movie.
Yeah. He's like my brother's favorite character to always be in the game was Boris.
Yeah.
He thought it was so funny.
I would be Boris too.
I'd be the Siberian Guard.
Because he had a mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was the helicopter pilot because he vaguely looked like me. Which is to say, semi-Caucasian with black hair.
and a man.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I always loved this level. The because it was always creepy when like the fog would come in and that you see the Siberian guards coming out of the fog and you had
especially
the
the second level where it's like at nighttime.
Yeah.
It's kind of got like a red background.
Yeah.
Though of course in the film, Bond never goes to Severnaya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yay.
Shit, she was in Vertical Limit. In the TV show Alias with, what's her name? Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think I've seen the actor that plays Ormov in anything else.
Mm. You know, it's funny. As much as I talk about how much I love the GoldenEye game, I never actually played through. I only ever played multiplayer.
That was the replay value right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a Nintendo 64 or did you have a PS1?
You
You had a Saturn.
Yeah. No, I would play it. I had friends that had it. My little sister had an N64, but I don't think she ever got GoldenEye. But yeah,
I was
would
so
play it with friends.
surprised that my parents got me this game
Me too.
because
I
they wouldn't let me watch the movie when
Yeah.
it first came out. But yeah, they totally bought me the video game for Christmas of I guess 98. Even though the game came out in 97, 2 years after. It's interesting. The game came out the same year as Tomorrow Never Dies.
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get it when my parents bought me a Nintendo 64. That was not one of the games I got. I got Cruis'n USA and Mario Kart 64.
You know what's
Cruisin'
crazy?
USA.
Our first our first console. It's always weird that she gets off on this.
Yeah.
Our first console was a N64. I never owned a Mario game on N64.
Mario, I've always been a Nintendo kid, which isn't to say I don't own Sony or Microsoft consoles. I love how Ormov's just like, what the fuck? But yeah. So, though, interestingly enough, never owned Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to borrow it
played
from
it a
friends.
bunch, but I never,
I can beat the game. Still can't beat Sonic the Hedgehog 2, though. Or no, Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Actually, the only Sonic the Hedgehog game I can beat is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I can't beat 3, and I can't beat 1. I can beat Sonic CD.
I always thought it was weird that it had to jettison its casing to, be armed. I felt like that was a kind of a waste.
I guess it was like a protective measure for the solar screens because they had no idea if they'd ever have to use it.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's just me thinking out loud. Could be complete bullshit.
It's reasonable enough to me.
Fresh. It'd been cool if, like, in the game you were in Natalia in this level. You had to escape.
Oh, and it just became like a stealth game for that level.
Mm-hmm. Although I hate stealth levels, so I don't know why I would want to do that.
It's really just escort missions that fuck me over.
No, those two, yeah, and timed levels. Don't fucking rush me, game. I hate that. Yeah, but escorts suck because they usually, like, the AI shits itself, and then you get, like, stuck behind a wall or a corner. Or they, like, run out in the middle of gunfire, and you're like, what do you do? Oh, no.
I always like that. The Money Penny during the Brosnan era is an actress named Samantha Bond.
Yeah. I like her as Moneypenny.
She had a good interplay, yeah.
You just torched your ass, Bond.
I always like that they brought back like the sexual tension that really hadn't existed during the Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton eras.
Yeah, that's true.
I was about to compliment this movie on it not having ridiculous enhanced features on the thing, but nope, it did.
It's the 90s. It's got Judi Dench.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So you watch Fox News then? Okay, all right.
Blame SNBC, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. Wow. Listen to that Keith Olbermann at that time.
Oh God.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
It was the 90s, man. It was a simpler time.
Remember the time Chuck Knobloch threw a ball and it hit Keith Olbermann's mom in the head? Not on purpose.
I was about to say I got no beef with the mom of Olbermann.
I don't either, but it's just whenever,
I mean, to be fair, it's her fault.
that's when he started to have the yips and never recovered. But to be clear, I don't like Keith Olbermann.
The greatest dive ever. Give me the greatest dive.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
All things considered.
Yeah.
Oh,
What the fuck?
it's like The Natural.
Yeah. And maybe you shouldn't be living here.
Where's she diving?
Like the stunts in this movie, like I said, like they don't sugarcoat it. It looks like everything looks painful in this
Yeah.
movie. It's not like a cool slide or this or that.
The
It's
coolest
just-
slide was when he went down that chute after the conveyor belt.
Oh yeah, and does like that flip.
Yeah, and he's
Somersault.
already got the gun ready.
Oh, yeah.
Like a badass. What the hell was that? Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, British.
Oh,
He is English.
Oh, there's one pilot whose reaction always kind of like, not this guy, not this. Just get out, get out of here, get out of here, you rat.
Yeah.
Boo! It's the third pilot. Just like pounding the top, like I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do
Oh, miniatures.
Some Batman '89 stuff right there.
Yeah. So apparently the GoldenEye weapon is designed to bring Arnold Schwarzenegger back from the future, because that's what that blue lightning looked like.
Yeah, he shows up like naked,
Yeah.
just like in
Your
this.
clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
So he's walking around like in
Seven
this,
eye.
yeah, he's got this like petticoat from Natalia for the rest
Yeah. Boris's glasses.
Cocaine. Because, Russians.
That's just gibberish.
She just can't catch a break here.
Yeah. It's a really shitty. It's like a Monday. Anything going wrong? Nah. Fuck this. Everything's cool.
It's foreshadowing to her having sexual relations with James Bond later in the movie. Especially the flames.
It's weird to hear like strings after all the techno synth beats.
Well, it's the love theme.
Yeah. Bodies.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
GoldenEye. He's the man with the Midas stare. I like you get to see him being like serious agent too.
Mm-hmm. She goes through some shit.
Yeah, this is a rough situation for this one.
Rough Riders,
That's right.
starring Isabella Scorpio. It would be just her luck today that one of those dogs would be the thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Just, head splits open.
Eats her
Tentacles
arms,
everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then a dude's head turns into a spider thing.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
God, I love the thing so
Oh,
much.
fuck you
Yeah.
too.
That's the best. Someone made a chart of like beards to like just the beards and their hair, and like that's like their way of like deciphering who's who in the movie by beard and hair.
Oh yeah.
Because like everyone has a very distinct facial hair or no facial hair in that movie.
I would love to think that John Carpenter actually like took the time and effort to be like, okay, when he's not the thing, he's got a beard that's like this length, but when he is the thing, it's only like a third as long or something like that.
Yeah,
I would do some shit like that.
the Thing.
Yeah. Let's remake The Thing.
I kind of already did that
Again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
Ooh. Ooh.
The same analyst who thought the Patriots would beat the Giants in the Super Bowl
Ooh.
twice. I feel like this is the scene that Dame Judi Dench read and was like, "Yes, fuck yeah."
That was misogynist with a Z.
I do like that they do deconstruct almost a pseudo meta moment.
Oh yeah, they
Well,
pretty much
like-
tear him down right
yeah,
there.
they're like, your best fit. You're a product of the Cold War. Why are you still here?
Yeah. The H is silent in the front, just like the D is silent.
D is silent, hillbilly. Look at how blue her eyes
I
are,
know.
too. That's piercing. She has, like, no pupil.
She was M for what, like
20
16
years?
Skyfall came out 2012, so that 17 years.
17 years.
Bernard Lee was also 17 years.
Mm.
No, yes.
Well, good for her.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Now it's Ralph Fiennes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good. I mean, we haven't really seen him yet, but I love Ray Fiennes, so.
Yeah.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
It's got it's everything's like pastel.
Mm. Oh yeah. Quite enjoyed that film.
That's pretty good. You're late.
Did you pass the salt?
You know, I don't think I've ever actually been in this room.
Yeah.
There, we got our 89 reference.
There we go. Michigan.
That guy on the left side, when it cuts back towards the look at Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
there's a guy on the board with a mustache and glasses. It's Michael Wilson, the producer of the film. Please cut back. We'll never see him again.
I think I mentioned this every time, but whose dad is the first on-screen
There he
Batman?
is,
There he is,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, first he's the son of Lewis Wilson, first on-screen
The Batman with a Boston accent.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a goatee.
Yeah.
It's like the razor ran out. He's like, I'll just fix it.
The producer is not pleased. He's just kind of like, This was a last-minute addition of a scene, the Q branch sequence.
Bond is just dick.
Yeah, we're talking like if we're talking longevitivities on people holding roles in Bond. Since what? From Russia with Love, the second film. Now again, it's the first film as part of a deal they had with BMW. He doesn't actually really use the car. Like they're like going through all this stuff that it has.
Yeah.
He doesn't use any of it.
Yeah, and the later Bonds definitely. Although you see it,
he uses it in action in Tomorrow Never Dies, and The World Is Not Enough.
In World Is Not Enough, was it the Z8 or Z3? It gets cut in half.
Z3, yeah, it gets cut in half by the helicopter saw.
Yeah, I wanted that car so bad when I saw that movie.
But yeah, Desmond Llewellyn, he was Q for 36 years.
IBM. This is like a fucking joke out of Airplane.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that take place in the background of Q Branch, at least during the Roger Moore era, and to a lesser extent Dalton era, are like you're seeing like couches eat people.
It's probably my favorite gag.
Another Monday for Q Branch guy. Carnage. It's a good looking sub.
A lot of bread for not a lot of.
I like a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it didn't seem like there was a lot
I
inside.
like a lot of bread.
Fine. Too bad you'll get fat.
I like it.
Bread makes you fat.
Yeah.
There's Joe Don Baker not playing a bad guy in a James Bond movie.
That's right. He's the what's her face? Oh, fuck. Octopussy Maud
Adams.
Maud Adams of the male Bond.
Yeah. Cast in two different
characters.
roles. Maybe he's Brad Whitaker's like twin brother.
Yeah.
We never know. Kind of as a replacement for Felix Leiter.
Brosnan never gets a interaction with Felix, does he? I can't remember.
No. According to this continuity, Felix is still fucked up by the shark from License to Kill.
Oh, gotcha.
Huh?
Do you like guacamole?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You like gladiator pictures?
Oh, hasn't let you down yet. Now here's your problem. Your engine's in the back.
Just like Pintos.
And the original Beetle. And the DeLorean.
It's a missile.
How weird that he would use a sledge to tap something in.
It's America. Yeah. When I was a kid, I had this like children's book that it was all about different hammers. Really weird, but I was a fucking expert in hammers as a kid.
There you go.
Regular Charles Martel over here.
Heyo.
A lot of IBM product placement.
Yeah. What a shame.
It's before the Apple Renaissance. Or I guess Windows 95 was coming out right around now.
Yeah. And Windows and IBM had a nice partnership.
They did. Though my first Windows 95 computer was a Gateway, I think.
Mm. Gateway and Dell, I think, were really like even before the real Apple Renaissance. The Gateway and Dell was like really the touch of death for IBM.
Yeah. Dude, you're getting a Dell. Actually, I am. My John just fixed my desktop, and it's a Dell.
Nice.
Adele.
Yes. She sings winner of Academy Award, sings the theme to Skyfall.
Guy kind of looks like Bill Belichick.
Not as douchey.
You know, play the Jets. You know, good game, got a good offense. You know, see how it goes. You know.
Incoming email.
And it looks like the menu screen to like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes. It even has the globe.
Yeah.
Or like the flat.
The little,
map.
yeah.
Oh, man. 90s chat rooms.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
What were they called? News something or other. Like it was chat rooms before chat rooms and like forums before forums. Alt groups. That's basically what they're doing. This is not email. Even though it said email. Nice exposition there, Joe Don Baker. So this isn't a reference to a pre-established character, right? This is a brand new character?
No, I always thought it was the bad guy from The Living Daylights, the one that teams up with Brad Whitaker, but no, it's a completely original character.
Yeah, like that's what I thought when we watched.
Yeah.
Or when I watched Living Daylights, yeah.
Maybe he took on a pseudonym, but they never really referenced those events. It's just this dude. Yeah. It's just fucking Hagrid.
Yeah, it is.
I always like the cinematography of this sequence.
Yeah. That shot right there makes it worth it.
Yeah. Cross of candles.
Yeah. And the cinematography for that shot almost makes the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that the cinematography for the rest of the movie is bad, but I think that's probably
it's
the best shot.
Yeah, it's a well shot sequence.
Yeah. Almost a throwaway shot.
Yeah. This kind of like sense of dread.
More.
I think this was like Minnie Driver basically got a call like a couple days or so before the shoot. Like, you want to fly out and be in a James Bond movie? And she was like, fuck it, yeah. Because this was like 2 years before Good Will Hunting.
That's right.
It's nice how much English they speak in Russia.
This is like globalized Russia at this point. They finally have like an influx of Western culture. The wall has come down.
It's funny because she can actually sing really well.
Yeah.
I remember Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote a song specifically for her for the movie version of Phantom because all of her singing was overdubbed by an actual opera singer.
Right. And that's it for Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing you.
Well done. See you in Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, burn.
Oh.
It's like every fanboy of when they found out. It depends. Just want a bunch of cronies so I can ask questions like that.
Yeah.
Tell them, shut up.
Tell him, Jack.
Yeah.
Bob Gunn.
I just love how it's like, it's no thing. You tried to shoot my knee like 3 times, but we're cool.
No.
Now pour me a drink, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'm going to sit comfortably while you limp.
With a woman.
Yeah.
That's kind of a holdover from the Dalton era, because if Sean Bean's a Leon's Cossack, that means he was born at the latest in 1945, which means his character would be like 50 years old in this movie. And though he says that he was 2 at the time, so it means he was born in 43 or something to that effect. So he'd be in his 50s. So because Dalton would have been in his 50s at this point. So they didn't. I mean, it's a good hook, though. I guess it's a good motivation. But not really.
And it's got a fluid timeline.
Yeah. That's what Pierce Brosnan does. Just on his days off, just sits there idly lying in a pool of water in like a Greco-Roman room.
Russian bathhouse.
Yes. Ever see Eastern Promises?
No. Oh, yes.
There's a sequence that takes place in a Turkish bath that's really...
You ever seen Vigo's Donger? Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I've seen Eastern Promises, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes the line where it's coming up. My hair's perfect. It's one of the grunts. Here comes your face.
The Brosnan O face.
Yeah.
Apparently, she actually broke ribs during that from hitting
really?
that wall. Yeah. But to her credit, she's still just acting right
You
through.
would never know.
Yeah. And she's probably reacting to it a
Yeah.
bit right there, like
Yeah.
that's more ribs. Oh
Yeah.
God.
There it is. That was so fucking cool.
Young Jake Bozick.
Because all I saw as a kid was cool line, and then he cocks the gun.
Yeah.
And I remember just everywhere I was as a 9-year-old boy.
I always thought this was a cool level in the game,
Oh,
Statue
yeah.
Park.
Freaky level too.
Well, I tend to like the spookier levels in games, even like family-friendly games like Mario, like the haunted houses and that sort of thing.
But just like the people coming out of the shadows in this level,
Yeah, out
and
of
the
the
music
fog.
is like,
Very ominous.
oh yeah.
You just blow them away because you're like fucking Rambo in the game.
Mm-hmm. Toad chop.
In the international cut, after he says that line, he rabbit punches her again.
Are you
Like,
serious?
yeah. Like, fuck you.
I love their way Natalia and their first interaction, Natalia and Bond.
Yeah.
This is a great scene, just with all the statues and the
Yeah.
olden times of
Bond
yesteryear.
Yeah. This product of the Cold War finds himself in basically this junkyard of other products from the Cold War.
Yeah.
Kind of this idea is like, am I out of date? But he's James Bond, and
Yeah.
Bond is timeless.
They make jokes about that in Skyfall too.
Oh yeah,
Is he
definitely.
out of date?
Well-
In the new
The 21st
electronic
century.
age.
Yeah, I think the big thing is like Skyfall is kind of like Bond's like midlife crisis or something, so to speak.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's failing his physicals and
Yeah, he's wondering if he's
winded
still
and,
relevant. This is where you blast "Remember Me" by Eminem and just like
15 years before the song came out.
Oh, Sean Bean. Remember Sean Bean was like the ultimate villain of my childhood because of this movie and Patriot Games.
Yeah, me too.
I remember when he was in AccuView commercials where he would like shoot bows and arrows and walk through art galleries, and he's like, "You didn't think you could see better than 2020," because he had these like contact. It was a commercial for contact lenses that would let you see better than 2020,
That's funny.
and for some reason that made him like the best archer and the best like art appreciator.
Naturally.
You ever see like because I feel like he's best known, or he got his big break in Britain from being in a series of like TV films called like based on this popular literary character named Richard Sharp. And there's like Sharp's Eagle and Sharp's Challenge. He actually, like Daniel Craig's in one of those specials, like a very young Daniel Craig in the 90s. And it's cool because he's basically like this Waterloo era British soldier that just travels around the world, kills the shit out of a lot of French troops and bangs a lot of chicks.
Oh.
So if you ever want to see young Sean Bean just be a boss, check out the Sharp series.
Get some background.
Two-Face.
Yeah. One face.
It's one face now, batty boy.
This is the Batman.
Doesn't look like Clint Eastwood.
Or Tommy Lee Jones. Though, interestingly, this movie came out the same year as Batman Forever.
That's right.
You don't have to go.
My favorite neck.
Oh, my Achilles neck.
Achilles neck. It's
how I wake up from every hangover.
It's just Anne kicking you.
It's like,
that'd be the best alarm.
Oh God,
is Natalia screaming at you?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna make that. Just a blood curdling. Wake up!
Oh God, that'd be just terrifying.
Nothing stronger than the Brosnan forehead.
That's right. Or the Brosnan facial expressions.
Nothing more precise than the Brosnan forehead.
Yeah. As much as I love his James Bond stuff, and I really do, my favorite movie of his is The Matador.
Oh, he does a great job in that.
It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like it's his first post-Bond thing he did.
Oh, yeah. Well, certainly the first thing since he officially got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the only Bond that didn't leave the role of his own volition.
Yeah. I love his headbutt. I don't know why I find his headbutt so funny.
Like I said,
face,
nothing more precise.
It's definitely the face.
Yeah. It's like Die Hard.
Die Hard 2, yeah. Eject. Parachutes fail to open, just plummets back to Earth.
Bummer.
Yep.
Looks better on paper.
That'd have been fun to do in the game.
Yeah. Too bad in the game, all you do is wake up Natalia and run away from the helicopter.
Yep.
Awkward.
Yeah. She's dealt with way more shit than Bond has had to in this movie so far.
Yeah. And she was fine.
This is one of my favorite levels.
The archives.
Oh, yeah.
I always
think
kind of felt sorry for the Russian soldiers here because they're just guarding a government building.
Yeah.
And they get just blown away by James Bond.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we're protecting our nation's documents.
This is probably my favorite scene. Or I don't know. I think it's a great scene. The whole extended stunts and explosions and hoopla.
Actually, I just forgot to get a new battery.
Yeah. Called your bluff. Listen to my nose.
Nothing. I just said that.
Taffin.
What do you know? That Taffin was awesome.
Yeah. It's like Braveheart music.
That came out in 95 or 96?
95 as well, actually.
Right, so good year for
Braveheart music.
Yeah.
You know when Mel Gibson, because the Scottish Army plays the actual army.
Yeah.
Played the army in the film.
Mm-hmm.
He had to tell him to slow down because he was like, I need to lead the charge, and you guys are outrunning me because I'm, in his 40s.
Late 30s, early 40s at that point. Yeah.
He took a beating in that movie, and he directed that movie. It's all about
like Stallone in the first Expendables.
Yeah. He accidentally hanged himself in Braveheart. Turned out fine, obviously.
No foreplay?
No more foreplay. I almost feel like that's like a, hey, I used to do that all the time back in the Roger Moore era.
Sexist.
The fuck out of here. That was the name of Ian Fleming's home, right?
Yeah, in Jamaica. Because it's the...
It was weird because none of Brosnan's films were named after actual book titles.
First Pond, yeah. That didn't have any of that.
And they still had ones to use, obviously, because they used them for
Yeah.
for
I mean,
Dana Craig.
Half of Dalton, which is to say one, isn't named after Ian Fleming stories.
Yeah.
Oh, my shins.
Yeah.
My Achilles shins.
One of my favorite shots is coming up with this is the one where she would get scared, right, in the video game sometimes.
Yeah, and she would run into the attic.
Mm-hmm.
Escort missions.
Oh,
man.
it's so cool. It's so dumb, but it's so cool.
And
They
the
go
slide.
flying. Yeah. So many trailer moments. Like that turn.
Oh, yeah. That's just a cool shot.
Yeah, this whole series of stuff is super awesome. The library. They even speak to each other in English.
No subtitles.
Yeah. No Rambo 3 status.
Yeah.
Which they just talk gibberish.
Yeah, they literally just like...
Nope, nothing to do with the plot. Just
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny and almost perfect because, like, why would they be talking about anything else?
But like some of the even some of the lines
Well, yeah.
are just like, what the fuck is going on?
Goofball extraordinaire.
Like when he like tells him to go after Rambo in the cave, he's like, "Go, I'll send you to hell," like Rasputin. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about right now?
Now it's a Bond movie. I wonder if they told Brosnan like that's when they're going to play it, so he gets super strength.
Duck face.
Duck face Brosnan.
Worst faces could be made for when firing a gun. Luckily, yeah. He was always really good with the one-liners.
Yeah, it's that Brosnan charm.
Yeah. He does. He has a really... I mean, I love Dalton, but Dalton's Bond, and to Dalton's credit, it wasn't about the charm.
Yeah.
Brosnan brought it back in a really good way. Even in the movies that weren't very good, and it wasn't necessarily his fault.
Yeah. I like I was saying at the beginning of this commentary, the Brosnan films kind of diminish in quality, but I don't really...
I enjoy him.
Yeah. Kind of like Matt Smith, Doctor Who. I like Matt Smith's Doctor Who, but... his stories kind of suck.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Wouldn't you agree, Chris?
No, yeah, that's totally a fact.
Do they diminish in quality, or are they just not good from the beginning?
No, I think he starts out
okay. His first season is pretty solid, but like it's a quick drop off.
Oh, how many seasons was he on it for?
3.5,
4, 3,
three.
3 and a couple like specials, like the 50th anniversary special and the Christmas special. because he changes during the Christmas.
Oh, here we
special.
go. Yeah.
Trailer moment.
Pistol grip pump at my side at all times. Pistol grip pump at my side at all times.
We're not going to finish that line.
Because it's racially insensitive.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, woo. Let's slide around in the tank.
Stay in school. Listen to your parents.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth. Ha Maybe floss. Ha But don't. 'Cause don't.
I mean, you should.
I mean, you should, but I...
Fight gingivitis, kids.
That's right. I don't floss.
Neither do I.
I use mouthwash.
It's half the battle.
Yeah. Fucking tanks. Again, a great level.
Yeah, this is like totally international incident. He just levels like a good chunk of St. Petersburg, and they're just like, oh, fuck it.
My dad would say when they would be doing training exercises in Germany with the M1 Abrams, they would have to drive down, civilian roads, and cars would have to pull over because the tank would take up both sides of the road. I'm sure they love that. Just fuck everything.
Goes out of his way to hit structures.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you if you were driving a tank?
If I was driving in a tank that's apparently that unstoppable, yes.
And that easy to drive.
Yeah,
And
right?
basically Tokyo drift everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not even manual.
Yeah. It's a shame. Apparently Brosnan can't drive a manual transmission.
Mm. Exploding for no reason.
Yeah. It's my buddy's John's favorite line from this movie.
Really?
Use the bumper, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Nice.
As they were plowing through.
That makes driving with him very different.
If you ever drive with
'Cause
John.
I've driven with him, yeah. I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you, baby.
One of the most James Bond moments of all James Bond moments takes place in this chase, in my opinion. Bless you. Martin Campbell, man, he can direct an action sequence or two.
I mean, he's basically got to do the debut films of the two modern Bonds.
Yeah, two of the best, two of my favorites.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh, everything's exploding.
That's what he says to the entire populace of St. Petersburg.
Just one guy actually held on.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't want to get my clothes wet.
Yeah. God, roundabouts.
I hate roundabouts. Is that Chicago?
No, yes.
Oh, okay. Good.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
I was like, well,
That's
which
one of
is
the-
it? And then I was like, oh wait,
It's one of the best bass lines of all time, man.
I think actually, now that I say that, I think I have that album on vinyl. The Yes album.
Perrier.
Yeah. I'm about to get fucked. As in, fuck. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Fuck water. Drink Heineken.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, refreshing.
Yeah. It's the bottled water that James Bond chooses.
Yeah. I'll do facing statues. Onward.
Yeah.
Onward, old chap.
Oh, I know what the big James Bond
yeah.
moment is. It involves that thing.
Yeah. And what he does after. It's such a James Bond thing to do.
The left turn, a tank's only weakness.
Yeah. Well, we sure showed him. That, right?
Well, no, it's what he does. I mean, that's super Bondy, but what Pierce Brosnan does. Coming up.
This is, and that would fuck up the
Right
fuel
here.
tank. Oh, yeah.
That's such a Bond thing.
I love how they do that in Skyfall, too.
Yeah. Oh, he does in the beginning, he fixes it after the train.
Fixes his cufflink.
Yeah. Should happen more in Bond movies.
Yeah, I like that little touch. This is Brosnan's favorite Bond film that he did, too.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the depot.
Everyone's
Yeah.
favorite Bond film that he did.
Well, I feel like there's almost like he kind of agrees. He's like, they just kind of tapered off.
Subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really do like Tomorrow Never Dies as well.
I
think the big
That's the one with the newspaper thing, right? Yeah,
it is,
I like
yeah.
that.
I think the big reason that people maybe don't as fondly remember that one is because it doesn't. I think again, thanks to the video game and stuff, this has got just some really memorable set pieces.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Tomorrow Never Dies doesn't. I mean, they've got some good action sequence. Yeah, but it's not as memorable.
It has some fantastic stunt sequences.
Also, Sean Bean is just a great villain.
Oh yeah. It's also personal, with him.
Yeah. They try to add the personal element with Terry Hatcher's character, and it doesn't really gel.
But the thing with Tomorrow Never Dies, and I know with you, Sam, too, because it was the first Bond I ever saw in theaters.
Oh yeah, at Springfield Mall.
And with one of my best friends and his dad and my dad, and it was like this ultimate guy night. And I was so excited to see a Bond movie in theaters.
Watching Bond movies, eating ribs, wearing flannel.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Adjusting our crotch. Yeah, I think I saw GoldenEye at Springfield Mall.
I saw Tomorrow Never Dies at the Centerville Multiplex.
No one cares, Jake.
I do. I remember one of the funny things is like when you would get the golden gun, you could kill Trevelyan.
Oh yeah.
And then he would, you could just kill him in this level.
Yeah. And then it would just the level would go on as scripted,
go on
but
as normal. Yeah.
he would be dead on the ground.
Just like the arrival of the Bear Jew in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, coming out.
Yeah.
Of
the 343.
I always loved
me.
the taste like strawberries line.
Oh yeah.
Me and my roommates from college would always kind of taste like strawberries.
One of my friends would always quote that too.
Well, I always loved how intense he was. He's like, I wouldn't know. And he's like it zooms in on his face like, I would.
Yeah.
I love how aroused she is by that.
I don't understand English.
He's the one Russian who doesn't understand English in this movie. Please move.
Now it's a train on fire coming at you.
Coming at you from every sound.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, man. This incarnation of Ghost Rider drives a train.
That'd be so bad.
Jason Aaron has a shot of a Ghost Rider riding a shark in one of his...
a flaming shark.
I remember
it's not flaming.
in one of the early issues of Thor, God of Thunder, he has space sharks and he hits them with lasers and they explode. And it's awesome. Straight out of a heavy metal music video.
I remember one of his things was before that issue, he was like, did we just happen to see a picture of a Ghost Rider riding a shark? Oh, we'll have to wait till next issue. He was so excited. Yeah. And it's just one splash page, but it's awesome.
He loves sharks.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
The little boy in Jaws.
It's true. Actually, anybody in Jaws.
Yeah. I know Sean Bean was also one of the candidates to be Bond in GoldenEye.
Oh, yeah.
I think he would have been a good, would have done a good job.
Oh yeah. But he's blonde.
Oh man,
Bond, geez,
James Bond can't be blonde.
Yeah, he's so real because he's based on a real person.
Yeah.
Blonde. What's next? A black guy?
There it is. I would.
Betrayed Shiva. Does God have money or a need for money? I don't think so.
That's a philosophical debate for another day.
I don't think God has any need for money.
What if God were one of us? Just a slob like
No,
one.
we got it.
Actually, I was at an inauguration party in 2013. I guess it was the last inauguration, and I met the guy that wrote that. He happened to be at that party.
Oh yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah. He's like, I should have won a Grammy for that song. And I was like, I'm sorry. I forgot what he lost to, but he didn't win. Not that he's like still bitter about it or anything. Oh, I don't know how to use computers. Just vaginas.
Totally
This is when you
factual
use
statement.
the watch laser.
Yeah. Floppy helicopter blades.
You should have used us to remove that carpet.
Yeah.
Done it in no time and get some ribs afterwards.
Yeah, we
And
would have.
sang
Got
Beatles.
so much
Yeah.
food. Oh my god.
We got to get rid of some carpet tomorrow, too.
Do we?
Yeah, let's get rid of that big roll.
Is that a euphemism?
No. I wish. They only gave you 1 minute in the game, so
Yeah.
he's more generous
Yeah.
than Nintendo 64 programmers.
I remember, and like if you did slow mo mode, like it would fuck with some of the cutscenes. Like in the train where that awesome shot when you go and you shoot both of the
Oh, in the depot, yeah.
in the depot, you wouldn't shoot any of them. Because
Yeah.
it would be slow mo, and in this one you would explode with the train exploding.
In the in the depot level, if you did it with fast mode,
Mm-hmm.
he kills, and we can I'll show you on YouTube. He kills both dudes in the train,
Uh-huh.
and then he sticks his gun up and shoots at the ceiling for like 30 seconds.
Like the end of Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yeah.
Mission
Accomplished. Find them, or I'll find you.
And the guy's like, "Ah!" like his look on his face.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
Looks like one of the prophets from Halo 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the reference I made, but fuck it.
Whatever you gotta do,
let's-
man.
Let's just roll with it.
Fuck! Heartbeat. Always
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah. Well done, Eric Serra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. There was like little touches in the game that were like pretty awesome, like the fact that she ran faster than Bond in the cutscene.
Oh, and multiple cut. Like she runs faster in the jungle cutscene. in this,
The
yeah.
jungle level was a fucking nightmare for me. That was the
Yeah.
level that gave me the biggest problem with the turret guns and
Control. The level after.
Control is very that whole
Because it's
that
one
whole,
big escort mission.
Yeah, Control is definitely, but jungle and Control.
Yeah. A lot of drone guns and Control.
A lot
as well.
of that was difficult.
Yeah. Because unlike the guards, drone guns would never miss.
Yeah.
Your bra.
I'm strangely turned on right now.
My dick.
He would say wiener in this situation.
My wiener.
My
you.
Johnson.
My Brosnan.
My taffin.
Do you want to see why they call me Pierce?
The Brosnan. Remember his Super Bowl commercial?
Oh yeah. For like Kia or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
yeah.
he wants this like drive to be action packed, and it's
They're
not.
just like, he's like, do I get to keep the car? They're like, yes. He's like, I'm in.
It's the only time you see him drive the BMW, but he doesn't get to do any of the
Looks
cool
like a
stuff
fucking-
that like Q mentioned.
Yeah. Looks like a drug lord in this scene.
It's a sequel to Scarface.
Yeah.
What? A human penis?
Oh, human peen. Is what she said.
America, you landed on me!
America!
We're professionals. Everything. 'cause
I
that's what
can't
vehicles
steer.
do. Yeah.
Oh God!
I'm so high on cocaine!
Welcome to Jurassic Park,
Wait, no, wrong movie.
my dear
So it is
Dr. Grant, my dear
fucking-
Dr. Sattler,
unreal funny. Welcome
to Jurassic Park.
Oh God.
That commentary is available for your perusal.
TZ. It's Q.
It's short for quartermaster. It's
Yeah.
Q.
Yeah. This guy represents the United States of America in this movie.
Yeah, so
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Joe Don Baker represents America in every movie. Even a movie where he's
Christ.
playing a Russian.
yeah.
He just sucks at everything in this movie. Doesn't know anything.
He's the head of he's the big CIA guy.
He's the Bruce Willis of this movie.
All right.
You know, from
Yeah.
Expendables 2.
Yeah.
Chapel.
Church.
Church, yeah. Pew. The fuck out. So get out of this movie soon, thank you. He drives the car more than Bond.
Yeah.
Mark Waid.
Mark Waid is all over this movie.
I love it.
Mark Waid unofficially wrote this movie. You got which Bond comic did you get at the was it Baltimore? Did you get?
I got at New York in 2013. I got the first issue of Marvel Comics adaptation of For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, I think I had the shop way before I ever worked there. They had some Bond comics or Bond collections.
Yeah, I know Dynamite has the license for Bond now.
They should
They haven't
They have the license to kill.
Maybe. I mean, let's see. But they were taking pitches. They were like, if you want to write Bond, we have the license now. And apparently, they put out the call because they knew it would be such a high demand for writers and artists to do.
Yeah. You know what I want to see, and it might be weird for some people as the artist, Tradmore.
Oh yeah, that'd be odd.
Just like crazy trailer moment.
Yeah. It's just
Sorry,
like,
was it?
I'm looking at your legs. No, and in terms of people who I'd love to see write a Bond book.
Mark Waid.
Yeah, let's put him
Jonathan
on.
Hickman.
What the hell? Let's
Jeff
put him
Johns?
on. Let's put Mark Waid on everything.
Yeah.
No, I think Mark Miller would do a good job.
Yeah.
Grant Morrison.
Yeah, but it would be weird and meta.
That's fine.
Bond meets Jesus.
Yeah.
He is Jesus.
Yeah.
We're
He's
all
also
Jesus.
John Lennon.
He's a sexy English Jesus. What else? Who else would do a?
Would you do like John Cassidy on art?
He could. I think he's very content doing Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
I feel like
John
he's.
Romita Jr.
Fuck yeah. Put him on everything. I love John Romita Jr.
Interesting. He would have very interesting action sequences.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I was gonna joke Ed McGuinness.
Ed McGuinness, just like this, stacked
Yeah.
buff
Just like-
Bond.
The Bond who looks like the Thing, but
Yeah.
I think Tony Daniel would be a good Bond artist.
Yeah.
Capullo.
Capullo would bring kind of an almost cartoonish quality to it, which is fine. I
Mhm.
mean, if that's what
Yeah.
you're looking for.
Not quite as ridiculous as Ed McGuinness.
Oh, how about Steve
Yeah.
McNiven?
Steve McNiven, I think, would be a good Bond artist, definitely.
Mark Waid.
Todd McFarlane?
Yeah, again.
Todd McFarlane for president. He's Canadian, so he can't be, but yeah.
Look at that hairy chest.
That's glorious. He's the first Bond with a hairy chest since Sean Connery.
Oh yeah.
Lazenby was bare. Roger Moore was bare. Dalton was bare. Brosnan's got the man rug.
It's actually wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. I was married once,
You guys have
Suffocate
Yeah,
you!
he's dead.
you
Credits roll.
guys, you guys have like a mission to do. So
Yeah. They need daylight to look for that thing.
Yeah.
They gotta charge the batteries.
Yeah.
I'm so drunk.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
welcome.
Slam.
I don't know why that line is so funny. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Fucking looks like the fucking Isla Nublar. I think Matt Fraction would be a good Bond writer. No, I'm Brubaker.
Oh, Brubaker.
Brubaker's all about the espionage.
Brubaker all the way.
Yeah, give me Brubaker and Epting on a
What
Bond
about
title.
There you go.
What about whoever started writing Grayson when they started that?
Tim Seeley and Tom King. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I never read it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've never actually read an issue of Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tim.
He's not
Tom
Nightwing,
King.
so I don't care about Dick Grayson.
Is that book selling well?
There are people who are clinging on to it because it is they just love everything Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
So it's doing okay.
All right.
I did.
It's not like Nightwing numbers, obviously.
Yeah, I did like that he popped up in Batman Eternal.
And the latest issue of Batman. You read the latest issue of Batman, right?
Well, yeah. Now that you say that, I'm trying to think if maybe
He just
it was Batman and not Batman Eternal.
Yeah, it was Batman.
Yeah. I screwed up.
Douche miniatures, maybe. I don't know. Either way, they're on a set now, so
Yeah.
So this level was the king motherfucker for you?
For some reason, well, I mean, Control, yes, but for some reason, I remember like.
Well, this is Jungle.
Yeah, I know. But I remember like getting to this level and like really kind of flying through the game,
Well, she's dead.
and then just having a huge problem with this level.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'd replay it, and like obviously had all the levels unlocked,
Yeah.
I would just be like, you know what? No,
I can't do this.
I don't like the jungle. But the Control was a mother, and especially the timed when she's like on the computer and like they're coming in from both sides.
yeah.
and that was the hardest.
Both
part.
sides are coming in from all sides.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, I think doesn't start off like
it starts off. They
back
start
in-
off alternating,
Yeah,
and then they shoot the bulletproof.
as
they
soon as you
break-
start hearing the glass, yeah.
You're just like, God. And for some reason, none of them are aiming for you. The
Yeah.
man's shooting at them. They're all aiming for her.
Yep.
It's weird, like music video
Mash.
type
Yeah.
sequence.
Suicide is painless.
Oh, they're here to help me. Thank you, God. Who is that angel that's come for my salvation? Oh, shit.
Sing for me, my angel of music. And now that he's woken up,
Yeah.
knocked out again.
She's like, I was thinking about not hitting you, but now I am. Yeah. What was it? Also, the cradle. If you beat it in like a minute or 2 minutes, that's how you got the golden gun. I thought it was a time thing. I think if you beat it in a certain amount of time, that's how you got the
Yeah,
golden
well,
gun.
it would alternate. So with
There's the Brosnan face.
yeah, there it is again. The for example on
It's a
Dam,
one-trick pony.
if you beat it on Secret Agent in less than 7 minutes and 50 seconds. God, why do I still know this? You would you would unlock paintball mode.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If you beat Facility on 00 Agent, this was the hardest cheat code to get. See ya.
Yeah. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Yeah. That means her arms are stronger than a helicopter. Oh.
By Famke Jensen.
Yeah. See you in X-Men and Taken.
And Nip Tuck.
And Swingers. What the fuck, James?
It's really fucked up, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to say when I die?
Nothing, because I've already dumped you by then, because it'll be the next movie.
Yeah.
But cheat code?
Yeah. Facility, if you beat it on 00 Agent under 2 minutes, you got the invincibility.
Gotcha. I remember the Silo for a little bit. I think Silo gave me like
Agent in under 3:30.
a little problem. The freight was a good level too.
The train, yeah. I think you get double RCP 90s for beating that one.
Double RCP 90s. What was your favorite weapon of choice in that game?
AR-33.
I like the pistols, the Stovel or whatever.
DD4 Dystovia.
Yeah, those are my favorites. Because it reminded me of like the Shadow and like the old pulp characters when you had the double twin
yeah.
ones.
I was so glad that in Perfect Dark you could use double weapons in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
You could only do it in single player in GoldenEye.
Totally thought for a second you said dildo weapons, and I was like, what?
No, that's
Oh,
Saints
yeah.
Row.
Yeah.
The third.
Or Leisure Suit Larry.
Or San Andreas.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past the Rockstar Games crowd.
A lot of people, or a lot of like parents groups, got upset because you could pick up like a giant purple dildo.
Beat someone to death with it.
Yeah, that was in Saints Row as well. I was always more of a Saints Row guy than a Grand Theft Auto guy.
They both have their merits. I think that Grand Theft Auto still kind of there is still an element of reality to it.
Yeah.
And usually with the Grand Theft Auto games, it's usually like an homage to something. So Grand Theft Auto 3 is kind of an homage to crime films that took place in the New York City area, like like Taxi Driver and that sort of thing, or Mean Streets. Vice City, of course, is Miami Vice / Scarface. Like the last level is basically Scarface, and the of course San Andreas.
The reverse film of this draining always looked so weird to me.
Yeah, it's like why would it's odd.
Yeah,
that's where we need to go. That
into the hole.
Well, yeah, I love that Saints Row. Just after a while, it was like it's just gonna go fucking nuts.
Yeah, like you're the fucking
The
president.
beginning of the fourth one is so freaking hilarious.
I want to know how they get down there without draining it. Like, is there another entrance? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of entrances to this facility.
Yeah, there's got to be somewhere.
Kill him a lot.
I always like that line.
It's a pretty broad target.
I want to go to London so bad.
It's a nice city.
It's a nice place.
Yes.
Talk to people about Union Jack and Captain Britain. I just
Yeah.
feel like everyone's favorite superhero.
They
I
have.
would love to talk to them about
Their
that.
big comic book branch in the UK is Forbidden Planet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and 2000 AD.
Well, no, I mean like comic store branch.
Oh yeah. No, I think they'd be more
Is it-
willing to talk about 2000 AD than they would Captain Britain or Union Jack.
Related to the store in New York City at all?
They might have a branch in New York. I don't know.
I know there is a Forbidden Planet in New York City. I just don't know if
Yeah.
it's related or
Let's
they just
burn.
happen to have the same.
yeah.
That look was that.
Yeah, but no, it might be a branch of it. I don't know. I've only ever been to Midtown Comics in New York City. None of like the little like mom and pop stores in like St. Mark's or Brooklyn. Maybe next time.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go to New York in the near future.
Midtown Comics the only one that really matters.
Yeah, that's where I got the first issue of X Factor. That's a big deal to me.
I'm glad.
Nobody else gives a fuck, but hey,
Gives a fuck.
X Factor that's the comic where Apocalypse shows up.
I remember.
Alan Cum looks over. Who are you saying this
Yeah.
to?
I remember talking to I have a friend on Twitter who's British, and we'd always talk about British comics. And I asked him, "Is Captain Britain like a big deal over there, like he is with Captain America over here?" And he was like, people know about him, they like him. And I was like, "What about Union Jack?" And he was like, "No,
Nobody knows.
it's no."
Who?
Yeah,
Oh God!
yeah.
Like I'd like this.
Here, there's a hospitality crew. We're gonna ask if you wanted tea and crumpets.
Yeah.
Guess not.
There's a sequence here where he's like when he's like arming the bombs, and he just kind of
Oh, that's-
nonchalantly like
that
yeah,
there.
there.
That was so cool in the trailer.
Yeah.
Such a badass thing. That's what I was like.
He's been shot at so much he doesn't like really just like a ricochet is more of an annoyance to him.
Well, yeah, it was more of the. Yeah.
Ah, that spark was hot on my head.
Yeah. Hey guys. So we might have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Bang.
Oh, I guess you do.
Jesus.
This guy.
Does he always stick his thumb up everyone's ass?
I think my old tactical officer might have been one of these guys, because he was there to make them look like they hold the guns right and
Yeah.
move properly, because he was a Royal Marine.
Gave him a role as like an extra.
Yeah.
Might have been the guy that holds the gun on Alan Cumming at the end of the film.
I'll see if I can see his name during the credits.
Sure. Wait, are we going to sit through the entire credits?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Marvel movies.
Yeah, there's no.
there's no post-credit scene.
I'm so used to sitting through the
James Bond will return in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tease the next Bond film.
Yeah. So used to the Marvel movies. Up your butt.
Organ donor? Asshole.
I do like that he kind of just like owns them. He's like, I know all this shit too. Even though I've been out of the game for about a decade.
How is no one noticing that?
I'm not trained to look at it.
They're not trained for liquids. Because
Yeah.
they're so... He told you. Hey.
I get sexual pleasure from people being told off.
They did reference like him and his martinis like 3 times in this movie.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's getting real.
I always wanted to have like a pint with Sean Bean, but knowing Sean Bean, it would be like 5 pints.
Yeah.
And then he would keep going and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Such a badass.
Owned.
Oh, fuck you. Why didn't you show up in any of the X-Men sequels?
Yeah.
You were a great Nightcrawler.
I've always tried to keep track.
Yeah.
It's 4.
Well, no, he hit it twice when he stood back up.
Face.
That's hidden below the belt. Fucking guidance system.
Oh, she moved the guidance somewhere else.
That's pretty good Russian accent.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done there.
Cheekbones. Lips. Keeping the British hand up, sir.
It's not fair.
She's a first-rate programmer.
I can do it one-handed.
He obviously must have been counting the entire time.
was a good shot.
Why do we have so much flammable shit in this place?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every paper's immediately on fire.
Yeah. Like, apparently the computers are loaded with shrapnel when they burst. What the fuck? Oh, God.
Jeez, that guy was engulfed.
Oh
Like,
my
you
God,
can't
it's
stunt
real.
that. Like, that guy's just engulfed in flames.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, snap. It's like The Natural again.
Yeah. The rest of this movie is just beat down
Unconscious
central.
chick?
Yeah.
Oh, payday.
Rape never pays, and Brosnan's about to show you the price. Damn right.
No.
Good.
This is honestly was one of my favorite level, probably my favorite level in the video game,
Yeah, it was a great one.
and certainly my favorite, probably my favorite fist fight in all of Bond.
Oh,
It's right up there with From Russia with Love.
It looks extremely painful, and just violent and not stylized in any way. And also because it's these two old friends.
Yeah, just these two guys just beating the shit out of each
Yeah,
other.
pretty much.
He's moving.
Convenient helicopter.
Like it's
Played
adrenaline
bass for a band called Convenient Helicopter.
It's adrenaline filled fight.
Get that Eric Serra score. I feel like the score doesn't get enough credit. It really is one of the...
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, again, that's a
Yeah.
lot to do with the video game too. I think as well.
Yeah, which takes a lot of cues from it.
There's a shot coming up where he jumps down the stairs.
Which, yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
and it's all like metal stairs and sharp and
Yeah. Like you were saying, every stunt.
It looks extremely painful in
Yeah.
this.
Not a lot of glamour shots.
No, definitely not. Which I applaud them for.
Yeah. The phones are working.
Yeah, Jurassic Park Central. Here we go.
Oh,
God.
Ooh.
And that
And they-
stuntman's
they-
dead.
They cut it together really well too. Where like some of it's obvious on a Brosnan, that's fine, but like they cut it the reaction shots and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
the
yeah.
quick of him popping up.
I mean, the satellite's still like entering the Earth's orbit. Fuck you. Oh, man. Stuntmen earn their money in this
It's
this
for
shoot.
real. Yeah.
Fuck your conveyor belt.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the golden gun in this level. I'll beat it really quick.
I feel like it wasn't the gold. It was the gold PP7.
Okay, well, gold something. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. And all you had to do is beat it on Agent to get it. And if you beat Aztec on Secret Agent, you got the silver PP7.
There you go. Jelly.
Tastes
Marzipan.
like... yeah, I'm waiting for him to like taste it like
Yeah.
fresh blood.
Yep. It's definitely 006.
I've tasted this before.
Also, when they fall down the ladder outside of it, like the grunt that
Brosnan
Brosnan
grunt
does,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
ultimate Brosnan grunt.
Yeah, not a pretty fight. Which
No.
is
They don't do the loud punch effects either. You know?
very
Yeah.
very much kind of rooted in realism.
Yeah.
It's just what anything goes in this fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a brawl.
They're finally letting it go.
Should never hesitate.
Shoot.
I can barely see what's going on.
Yeah. I just empathically know.
Yeah, I mean, even with all the great Craig hand-to-hand combat stuff, that's still probably the best
Oh, yeah.
fight,
Definitely.
hand-to-hand combat fight. In
I always
any
wanted to
Bond
do
movie.
this on a ladder. What he's about to do.
Fight someone?
Well, that. But,
Oh, kind of the Temple of Doom almost thing.
oh, yeah. They also do it in, like, Guns of Navarone and stuff.
Yeah. He's like, whee!
Yeah.
This is absurd.
Oh.
Man.
That's just ridiculous. Stunt people. Round of applause for stunt people.
Yeah.
Yes, for this one in
Yeah.
particular.
Please create a best stunt for
seriously,
the
man.
Academy Award. It's overdue.
Yeah. Also, like the blood is just in
Look
like
on his face,
know,
like, oh shit!
yeah, don't you touch me.
Don't you fucking dare! He fucking dares! Oh god!
Yo, that's so insane. I've seen this movie so many times. Still, man.
Yeah, it's a brutal. Speak
Yeah.
to me, tell me your name.
Why can't I kill you?
Ah, crap.
A woman.
Yeah.
No.
Edited it together so well too.
Yeah. I love how many times he dies.
Oh, he goes out so hard.
Fuck you!
Somehow he survives this.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow he doesn't become jealous.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like Ellen Cumming reacting to that. Oh
Yeah.
no!
Alan Cumming.
He has his own fragrance. And like the commercial, he's like naked in bed and he's just like, I'm coming. And it's just like, you could get his fragrance.
There's also he also has a shampoo and it's called Coming in Your Hair.
Of course it is.
Also, the slow-mo thing in the game, the helicopter
yeah.
leaves and
Oh,
Bond
yeah,
just
yeah.
stands there.
Whereas in fast mode, he he goes without it.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
apparently he can fly in fast mode cradle.
It's hilarious.
Aren't
So
his
remember,
arms fucked up enough?
006 is
So much.
006 is
all
still
the
alive.
fingers like broken.
Yeah.
006 still alive, by the way.
For now.
Yeah. They make it a point to be like, that point hits him square in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not enough that it lands on him. He gets.
I'm curious. Did he survive that?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
we never. Yeah, you
Yeah,
never know.
No body.
yeah, Darth Maul survived getting cut in half apparently, so
Yeah. I love this bit.
yeah. Becomes a cummingsicle.
Be honest, were you holding on to that one?
No, I just
No?
I thought about it.
Nice.
I was like, wait a minute, he gets frozen. What can I do?
I had something for
Yeah,
this.
yeah. There's got to be a Bondian one-liner.
Yeah.
Cummingsicle. Bad guy gets away. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
I'm broken everywhere. Why are you putting any weight on me?
Yeah. All my ribs. All my ribs.
Now I know how Femke feels.
Is she still stuck in the tree, like dead in the tree?
Yep.
You know,
As far as we know, yeah.
we have like the cleanup crew, like in John Wick.
Yeah.
A reservation for one.
Oh, really?
Nah, it's just the ultimate cockblocker, Joe Don Baker.
Yeah, and all the ghillie suits.
Yeah.
You had no idea how perverted the U.S. Marine Corps was.
Yeah. They're flocking this way.
Yeah.
Where were these helicopters 2 seconds ago?
It's the Sergio Leone's School of Directing, where if you can't see them, they're not there.
They don't
Yeah.
exist.
Fair. Oh. That has a different connotation now.
You're going.
Oh, God, I forgot everything's broken on me.
I mean, the prospect of, like, Guantanamo sex always re-energizes Bond. But only Guantanamo.
That's a very specific Guantanamo fetish.
We have all the loot to the time in the world.
Nobody does it.
GoldenEye.
All right, that's... You know who wrote the theme to GoldenEye, by the way?
Who?
Bono and the Edge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, good. And they also wrote the theme to Batman Forever.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so the two biggest movies in 95, all U2 apparently.
All U2, yeah. And
Jeez.
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Yeah.
Which, oddly enough, was the biggest hit of 1995.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was GoldenEye, gang.
That was.
Still holds up. I mean,
Hey, stunt team, there you go.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
Still my favorite, Brosnan Bond film. I'm sure it's still your guys.
Oh, yeah.
Sure did.
Definitely.
So, yeah, we'll see you next week, and we'll finish out. We'll finish out our little, 007 Legends with... I mean, I've already fucking said it. Skyfall. So
Yay.
we'll see you guys next week.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.